Welcome to the post-game analysis of Game 1 between Damwon Gaming and Afreeca Freecs. Damwon was able to take Game 1. Damwon aiming for the first spot in the regular season. What did they bring to today's draft? Damwon let TF slip away, and Afreeca Freecs took it. And Spirit had a very difficult time handling Canyon's Nidalee in their previous matchup. So this time, Spirit took Nidalee to show off what he's got. And also they prepped Hecarim into Wukong. However, there were points where the teleport use was subpar, and that cost him the game. Sylas is not that strong of a laning counterpart against TF. However, they used support and top for Afreeca Freecs to pick over Damwon Gaming. However, their approach wasn't really good, and then in level 3, things started to fall apart. And they actually took a beating when they actually tried to make play here. Fly and Spirit set up a gank at the bot lane. However, Canyon and Showmaker converged promptly, and then this gank was in Banks in the end. However, Afreeca tried to make play by isolating Showmaker and then getting on top of him. However, Showmaker and Canyon made plays, and then Nidalee was picked off in the end. And Showmaker hijacked TF's ult, and then once they saw the opportunity, Showmaker immediately teleports to the brush, and then they were able to secure additional kills. And when such circumstances hasn't happened, then Afreeca Freecs would have much more tempo going in their favor. However, once they lost multiple champions in that skirmish, they weren't able to recoup from it. Once again, because Noguri ended up roaming and then going for additional kills, Afreeca Freecs had to lose all of the tempo that they gained in the early phase of the game. And once again, Noguri was able to pick off Nidalee and TF. Here, as you can see, there's a MIA ping. And instead of taking over the entire top side in Vision, they just converged to the mid lane. Afreeca was perfectly aware that Damwon champions were in the brush. However, because of the sheer firepower from 3 champions of Damwon Gaming, TF wasn't able to sustain that damage output. And instead of waiting for Nidalee, TF trying to make plays beforehand was the biggest blunder for Fly. And there should have been more interventions from jungler and supporters. However, TF's gold card usage was very premature, and then TF was picked off from the get-go, and that completely dismantled Afreeca Freecs' plan. And in the end, Damwon was secured the first game, and let's see who's the player of the game. It is Showmaker on his Sylas. Another deathless game for him. It's very arduous to maintain such a deathless game. And it's very astounding that he managed to do so with Sylas, because Sylas has to dive into enemy compositions. Once again, Sylas didn't get focus fire down, and then was able to shave down TF, Ezreal, and Hecarim. Pon's opinion in LCK, Showmaker is the best mid available. Probably the trifecta will be Showmaker, Chovy, and BDD. However, His carry potential is extremely high, and also he has shown a lot of consistency. And because of Wukong's constant intervention,
원래는 이제 탑이 미아가 되면 그렇게 신경을 많이 안 써요. 어느 정도 시야적인 부분을 채워주겠구나. 근데
they have to take care of the fact that when top is MIA, then they don't really pay attention too much. However, Noguri was able to make plays when he was outside of his lane, and then converging to other lanes and making gank plays.
네, 그렇습니다. 이어진 2세트에서도 너구리 선수가 어떤 모습을
Let's see how Noguri can show off his potency in Game 2. Or can Freecs rebound in Game 2 against Damwon Gaming?
Thank you very much, Brian, for the translation of the analyst desk, and that might be the last time we get to hear said translation until the post-match interview, because it's looking like Damwon are about to secure yet another 2-0. That first game was pretty out of control. Showmaker gets himself a well-deserved player of the game. The fact that that isn't 12 out of 12 boggles my mind. Look, Noguri had a decent game. Why Canyon got a vote, though, is beyond me.
Honestly, a little surprising for sure.
I think that's a Wooddeard vote again. Another one of them Wooddeard votes. We'll have a chat with him on Sunday. Brandon will.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It really it's
it's
weird?
a bit strange, right? You got an 8-0-11 Silas. No,
that was so. Yeah, it was. I'm so curious about that, because the fact that him and I have, I don't think we've ever agreed on the player of the game. I can't think of one across these 5 weeks.
There have been a few unanimous ones, but maybe they've been on days where Wooddeard wasn't even here.
That might be true.
It's perplexing.
I think he was on analyst desk on some of those. So,
well,
anyway,
doesn't actually matter, because of course you get the same amount of points whether it's unanimous or not. Kalista and Karma to be taken away on the blue side. Damwon banning Karma makes a lot of sense. They actually want to have their players on more carry-oriented champions, and you don't want to deal with being up against her, as Twist of Fate is going to be taken off the board. So we're going to have some very different compositions here this game. Let's see what does stay the same. Set was a ban here on Afreeca's side. We'll see whether they continue to ban that one away. Pantheon still available for Beryl. And Galio was actually banned by Damwon. They might choose to ban that one again, because the Volibear is already banned away. But no, it's going to be Ezreal instead.
Ezreal, very good ban. As Set continues to bite the dust, and this means that Pantheon is open.
Pantheon and the Varus, both up and available.
And if you choose Varus, you're beating out basically all the other AD carries. No one really plays MF anymore.
Not really.
And Aphelios and Senna both do lose out to Varus and the themes that he supports, but it looks like Zoe is going to come in here.
I actually like that as a pick away from Fly. They probably assume that Fly is going to go back to some comfort here, and that is the champion that he's had absolutely the most success on recently. So take that away from him, as his choice into it is looking to be the Syndra. Mystic can also play it, of course, but not likely, as we do see the mid laner face up here on the side of Damwon. So we've got both mids locked in very, very early. And Spirit will be able to grab his pick of the litter when it comes to the jungle if he would like to. But instead, it's going to be Mystic's very famous Ashe to be locked in. And what are Damwon going to do in response? Still a fair few of these marksmen available. Only Ezreal and Kalista are banned away at this point in time. We could fight arrows with a Varus pick up here. And would suit the composition out of Damwon as well, with the Zoe already being picked up. But nope. It's just going to be the bottom lane locked in as Ghost. Big smile on his face. He gets to be the support here. All aboard the bus, I guess.
Yeah. As Senna Wukong is coming in.
I love this, actually, because Noguri had such a great game on Wukong in Game 1. But now they're flexing the Wukong between bottom lane and top. And you don't necessarily know exactly what's going to happen, as we do once again have the Leona from ban.
Yeah. A little surprising given, again, I mean, Wukong is retaining his flex pick. We'll see where he can end up. But when you pick the Leona, you show your hand on the support, and so Senna could just easily take another support along with her. You know what would be really interesting? A fasted Morgana would be pretty interesting.
That would actually be really cool.
That would be very nice. She would have more than enough potency in this game. Black Shield, so much value against Syndra, Ashe, and Leona.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of hard CC.
So, very good for Wukong as well. So, we'll see if that thought process is on their mind or if they're just going to keep going. Mordekaiser banned to keep Afreeca honest with the fact that Wukong can get pivoted top lane.
Yep. Jace having to be banned here because Afreeca have to assume that anything could be alongside that center. Especially when Beryl has basically pick of the litter when it comes to champions to run alongside her. Tahm Kench still available, Maokai still available. Two very good ones alongside the center that have found success here in the LCK. Not so much over in the LPL. The Maokai especially hasn't really worked, as Lee Sin is going to get a respect ban after what Canyon did to Afreeca last time these two teams met. That was the Canyon show. He got back-to-back player of the games in that particular series and was absolutely unstoppable. Nidalee still up though, and Damwon take a very long time for this final ban, but in the end it will be Nidalee. Oh, his Spirit just gonna do it. Does deny Wukong pretty effectively.
Yeah, does deny Wukong, but they're still obviously... Oh, no.
Rammus, of course.
Rammus... Now, if there was an Aphelios on the enemy team, that would be pretty interesting. Okay, I don't understand the Trundle.
All right.
Whatsoever. As, I mean, honestly, with this much physical damage, even though you have a Zoe, the opposing team can't really get a lot of magic resistance. I mean, if Canyon wanted to pull out a Karthus or something of that nature, now would be the time to... Not Elise. Evelyn would be good as well. Cool. Warwick, where is he in the alphabet right now? No.
Okay. Oh dear. Well, you win some, you lose some, you know? The Evelyn would have been really cool. We could just lock Pantheon here, if Beryl would like to. That will be sending the Wukong top. They could have a full flex and pick something else that could also be fasted. And that's going to be Kennen. So, LS, stay, please. Please.
I'm fine.
We're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, so Kenny's locked. That's going to be going into the hands of Noggery. Or we could be fasting a Kenny on the bottom side of the map. Who knows? All sorts of crazy things could happen here as Keen thinking about a Rise. Gives them a lot of magic damage.
Yeah, Rise versus Kennen is pretty okay. But will it be Kennen top or Kennen bottom? I mean, Kennen support would be a very weird one. I feel like this is a very big blunder, especially when the Trundle came in on R4. Morgana, just such insane value.
And we actually see Trundle picked into Olaf all the time.
Yeah, Trundle, historically, his rise to power was also during Olaf's dominance inside of the meta globally, and obviously the Pillar are very good against him because it just interrupts his ability to charge at you. But definitely a bit of lost opportunity for a Karthus spot.
Or even that Evelyn that we were looking at as well. That would be cool.
Evelyn would have definitely been fine here as well.
Never mind, you know. Sometimes you just have to lock in Olaf. He does have the support of a Senna. At least there's that, so some extra sustain as Canyon is inside a team fight. And this is going to be all about diving on in with the Olaf and the Wukong, with all of the added support coming in from the outside, not to mention Kennen to augment everything. So we'll see whether Damwon can find the flanks and find the teamfight engages that they're looking for against all of this hard CC that Afreeca has available to them.
Well, we take a look. It's going to be Leona Ashe, Syndra, Trundle, and Rise. And this is much more stable, pretty much across the board. But Damwon with a lot of individual playmaking ability on their side.
Which is something they absolutely love, as Ghost is going to be cantering down the rift here. Mystic didn't take a skin that he could ride a horse with, but it's Project Ash. It's my personal favorite. Like it a lot. Like shooting out drones, you know?
Does she always ride that horse? No, Senna.
Yeah, she rides it when she gets to a certain movement speed level, right?
Is that it? Okay.
I think that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just when you get like the home guard animation. I'm not sure. Because it might be weird if you've like, you somehow managed to build enough movement speed and get enough movement speed.
Yeah, I mean, that would
you're
be
just always on a horse.
Very cool.
It would be pretty cool. It just makes everyone Hecarim, which is a bit confusing. As Ghost put away that horse so incredibly quickly.
Scorch, by the way, on the side of Afreeca.
That's what we're talking about.
That is...
Need that laning phase, yo. And we got the soccer balls back as well, which is cool.
Yeah.
That good old Brendan was enjoying yesterday.
Yep, the Besaid.
Mm-hmm.
The Waka girlfriend, wife.
Yep, get to have more Final Fantasy X conversations, I guess.
Perfect. And this is like, what is his name? Rikaru? How do you say it?
I don't know.
Kimari? No? Final Fantasy X? Alright, whatever.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a PlayStation.
It's fine.
I apologize. As Ben is going to take a bit of damage here. But yeah, I was actually, that was one where Brendan had it over me. I was a Nintendo boy.
Wow, okay.
So I didn't actually manage to play Final Fantasy.
Ben!
As Ben, yeah, just takes a bit of a wander. Aftershock is going to be procced here, but they are getting zoned away from the minions.
And this is a little bit rough for Ben. He did take a lot of damage. His cooldowns are going to be down for a little while. You can see Spirit now doing red to red. He places the ward onto the Raptor camp, and Damwon, they don't know about it. So, well, I mean, they do, but...
Yeah, nothing they could really do
nothing
about
they can really do to prevent this. And a lot of this is due to the bot lane state, as well as mid lane. It's not really possible for anyone to run over and do anything to prevent that trundle, so. Olaf, I mean, he's already cleared 3 camps, so while Spirit does take away the red buff from him, Olaf is still making quick work of things, and this is a mini freeze being threatened. Ben's going to be able to pick up that cannon.
Yep, comes on over and does that. Volley's going to do a fair bit of work, as Nogari and Keen are just throwing abilities at one another. We saw that this is actually Canyon's first Olaf game this season, which I find absolutely incomprehensible, given we are in the league of Olaf here in the LCK. But he has definitely been, more often than not, on the Trundle side of this particular matchup. So interested to see what Canyon's going to be able to get done here on this Olaf pickup. Mystic taking a bit of damage here from Ghost, as the poke is continuing to fly in. They do have the advantage when it comes to sustain, most definitely, as Canyon just going to run on up.
Tagged him!
Yeah, manages to get the undertow. Is Nogari just going to tag him.
Yeah.
And moves on back.
Does get the phase rush out of him. Now, interestingly enough, Nogari with the Doran's Blade versus Keen is...
Oh, the wraparound happening once again.
Yeah, we got fights going on everywhere right now. Keen is completely
Yeah, no mana whatsoever, and walks back over the axe is bad news, and that's an easy first blood going over to the Olaf. Really cute wraparound to play some mind games there onto Keen, but Keen's not going to miss out on too much. I think they're going to shove this wave, and he'll probably teleport back towards that turret. Shouldn't miss out on too much CS, so not the end of the world for Afreeca. I
mean, in fact, I actually believe that Keen is ahead in the XP of Nuggery, who's come in now bottom.
He took a turret shot, has the flash, is now Showmaker looking for more heal. Comes on in as well, as that is a point-blank bubble. And yeah, Nuggery's in here also. He might be dying, but no, Ghost with so many heals. And Mystic has to flash to get himself out of the way. Showmaker flashes forward. Good God, okay, this went from 0 to 100 real quick. Now we're 4-0, and Damwon have a 2,000 gold lead.
What is Showmaker's player of the game standing again?
Still not too
right,
far up.
Mark out mid right now.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. You can put that up there on the desk.
I think probably should have just pre-filled all of them with mid lane, to be honest. As yeah, this was the setup onto Keen. And I mean, happily tanks up the minions.
It just feels so bizarre. Afreeca feel like they're trying to force things just so hard against Damwon. You know, we've said this repeatedly on the desk that they're the team you don't want to try to overly force things with because of their mechanic. Showmaker comes in, picks up the heal, gives it on to Ghost, I believe. Nuggery going in there, tagging Mystic as well. So that way he can apply the damage to all 3 of the targets, manages to get healed and kept alive, and everything is just a disaster. Over 2,000 gold behind right now is Afreeca, and we're 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
4 Darksteel stacks for Zoe. That's really big early on. It's a lot of extra damage that she otherwise shouldn't have, and Spirit
has to
flash away.
Whoa, that bubble was actually pretty close as well. Thankfully for Spirit is not going to connect, but Flash now on cooldown means that he's going to have to be much more careful in this jungle. And Canyon's just been hard shoving as Mystic going to get snagged, but not punished too much. Girolap unable to get in here towards the bottom side, but you can see this minion wave is just being well and truly held onto by Damwon. Canyon just busies himself with this Infernal Drake that is going to be the first dragon of the game. Damwon take that at 6.5 minutes in. Could be a pretty swift Dragon Soul once again. Very similar to game number 1 here in this series. Next one going to be a Cloud Drake, as Keen finds a good combo there onto Nogri. But Nogri is going to be absolutely fine. Spirit moves on over, King's Tribute gets him back up to full health. The Trundle hasn't really found too much more to do. It's got some Yasuos being thrown out here by Ghost.
Yeah.
Just egging on the bottom lane of Afreeca to try and start something.
And Ben, what are you doing?
That was the Yasuo. The Yasuo came out. The Eclipse
What
trying to do
was
some work,
he
flash
doing?
forward, and he's just dead. Didn't have flash, remember. That's going to be another snare onto Mystic, and Beryl wants to take some turret shots, but Ghost not going to be able to add too much more damage there. And now we're sitting at 5-0. Afreeca looked completely tilted. Spirit, though, is going to be able to get Keen a blue buff. So there's that.
Well, that is going to be, I mean, that's lights out in bottom lane. There's no recovering from this. I mean, Wukong is level 6. Ghost is level 6. Mystic and Ben, they're level 4. They're about to ding 5. But still, I mean, these kind of level gaps in bot lane, so hard to recover from. Especially because it's against a kill lane. Now, Olaf going to cancel his recall.
Oh, no, not going to be heading towards the blue buff.
Wait, what? It's not actually going to do the blue. They're going to run for the Rift Herald.
Got to get in there. I mean, Beryl is level 6. Spirit's only level 5, by the way.
They really want to make this work. Fly is very, very low on mana. Didn't have the threshold onto Olaf, and so Canyon is just going to come over here, and with the assistance of Beryl, they're going to capture the Rift Herald. They're going to waste a lot of time of Spirits, who's still level 5. Keen probably just hates everything right now. The entire world is falling down around him.
Yep, 2020 Keen. So basically what he's been dealing with as Ghost is going to move back down towards this bottom lane. They did miss out on a minion wave, so not all great news here for Damwon, but this blue buff should be theirs as well, and Damwon are just, they're snowballing really cleanly, actually. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about when it comes to how Afreeca have been playing this one out. It's been pretty disappointing for these guys. However, Damwon are putting on a bit of a masterclass when it comes to getting pressure and continuing to layer it on top of itself.
Yep. And
I think Beryl should be a top laner, by the way.
yeah, he's basically only been playing. Okay, Cleanse coming out by Fly.
Yeah, next bubble might be a flash. It's Ghost just continuing to get more and more of these Qs to land over the top of Mystic. As he's still throwing out these Yasuos. I wonder whether this one will work. Last one was the death of Ben.
And I mean, at this stage of the game, the itemization on the side of Damwon, you have Showmaker with the Merc Tread boots, very valuable against pretty much all of Afreeca's champions, and makes it that much harder for Syndra to really do anything. The double Doran's ring is really bizarre because Zoe was obviously just going to be avoiding you inside a laning phase. Ash and Leona
Mystic going to have to use the flash. That's the snare. Second Cyclone comes forward.
Redemption, huh?
Yeah, that's Showmaker being a good Zoe player. As now Spirit's going to be discovered by Canyon. He's going to have the support of his team first, though. As Ghost's going to tank this one up, finds himself the snare, flashes over. That's a sexy play out of Ghost, actually. And the Wukong's going to grab another kill. Mystic's dead as well, and this is just the Harlem Globetrotters going nuts on Afreeca Freecs.
They are styling on them so hard right now. I don't even really know what to say about this.
Well, I'm going to say that it's a perfect game so far for Damwon.
This is, it's a massacre. It's what it is, Atlas. This is, trying to think of a comparison that would be very apt, and I can't really think of one to describe this level of destruction. So, we see the trade come out. Ben handshakes the Q and goes for the Zenith Blade. It should have just been the Q and then walk away, because you're never winning the trade. Now, if you were wondering how good is Showmaker at Zoe, he rolled a redemption.
Yeah.
So, that is the stamp of approval that Zoe grants you when she thinks that you're worthy. And then it's just a complete, I don't even know, it's a train wreck, basically, is what's happening. They're just getting completely ran over.
Yep, and Rift Herald goes down in the mid lane, gets even more money for Damwon. As Showmaker is just throwing around flashes here in this mid lane, wanting to pick up as much as he can with his more sparkles. He does have a lot of sparkles available.
Do you remember the 15-minute game where T1 lost?
Yeah.
Every time the game timer gets to 15 minutes, I'm always just in awe at how catastrophically wrong the game must have gone.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was an example of, Jaculov absolutely destroying the attempted Sona Tom Kench out of SKT at the time, and it was very depressing for T1 fans, and for LCK fans in general. I think it's still the fastest game on record in international players. There's a Cyclone towards the bottom side of the map. Mystic throws out his arrow. Beryl probably bit off more than he could chew, but don't worry, they're so far ahead that it doesn't matter. Canyon holding onto this minion wave as the Piercing Darkness doing so much. Double kill with a Dawning Shadow. And Canyon's still standing there. They've thrown out Angry Bees. Spirit's trying to run away. Ragnarok has been popped, and Fly walking on over with his soccer ball, asking whether any of his teammates are still alive for their pickup game that they've got going on this afternoon.
Keen and Nuggery. No. Yeah, they're playing their own game up there in top lane right now. It is really an island.
Yeah.
It's like the series Lost, you know, no one can really quite locate these two.
Yeah, but I mean, Lost is about like trying to get back from the island. Keen never wants to leave, right? He's seeing what's going on in the rest of the world. He's like, no, no, no.
Oh, look, hold on. Keen came back for a second. He flashed. He found
an opportunity.
Oh, really
that was
good?
Cute from Beryl, but it's of course never going to really do anything. As Nuggery's going to grab plates, and that's the perfect game denied. It's still a 7,000 gold lead.
Yeah.
13.5 minutes.
Showmaker at 11 Magi stacks. And so, yeah, we're going to have to report Beryl at the end of this.
Yeah, straight up.
Let's take a look at what happens. I mean, everyone's here. Canyon flanking from the north. And just look at the damage Showmaker is able to dish out. And then Ghost taking a page out of Thresh's book.
Damn.
Ends up taking their souls with him. Spirit, the only one remaining, no pun intended there, as it was not long for the world after. Honestly, Fly this game on Syndra is like when the support main gets auto-filled mid and then complains about everything falling apart around them.
Yeah.
As all that they did was wave clear and stay in mid. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's fine, Atlas. It really is.
I didn't see as many thumbs up emotes so far this game. As was that Keen with the happy finger? I like that. Decoy comes in here as that's Cyclone. Oh, I'm really glad that he left that one towards the back. Allowed Beryl to make sure that he kept himself alive as the snare is going to connect onto Keen, but Ghost's going to move out of the way. The overload, and it looks like Afreeca are going to be able to successfully disengage 3 versus 2. And because of that, it's just going to be very comfortable for Canyon to move over with Shirley. Not sure why Ghost walked out of the lane, but he is going to die, and Afreeca get rewarded for staying there. But oh my goodness. Beryl, remember, does not have his ultimate, but Nuggery has his! As the Slicing Maelstrom launches itself into the backline. An easy triple kill as Ben. The fade away. Quadra kill comes out as now Fly. He's going to need to get over here. There's another thumbs up.
Give it to him.
It's 15 minutes.
Oh
my! 9,000 gold lead.
Everyone in chat is rage facing right now.
We're gonna need that.
Yeah.
Come on, collective. Where is it?
We need the rage faces. How rude is Fly?
Obscene.
Oh man.
17 stacks, by the way, on Showmaker there. As this is the most incredible blowout that we've seen. 3 level advantage for Canyon, by the way. I'm saying by the way a lot, but there's a lot of things to by the way about.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Okay, Nogri going to take care of this one. Turret's going to go down there. The Piercing Darkness gets through the structure. And there's the 10,000 gold lead, sub 20 minutes. Okay. It was a Realm Warp. That's what got going.
yeah, that's exactly it.
You can't blame him for that one. You know, Realm Warps are cheating.
And I mean, you see the teleports coming in here, and this is one angle. That's Ash's Pikachu.
Oh, heck
Is
yeah.
what that is. As Nuggery,
This is Pikachu with a Light Orb. Do you remember that item?
no.
Yeah, it doubled his stats because his stats were terrible. People
Okay.
still wanted to use Pikachu, so they put that item in the game.
Okay.
Yeah. And Nogri, I think, picked one up.
We're not going to talk about that book.
Yeah, well, he's got a Slicing Maelstrom here as Dawning Shadow coming through again. That's a lot of damage as Ben's going down solo. Spirit's well and truly dead. And Afreeca are tilted off the planet. 2 kills. Ben's trying to walk his way out of here as Barrel's just having a good time. We don't want to show that. It's against TOS. We do come back up, though, because we feel like we have to, as that's the double kill for the Wukong.
It's actually 0-0-0. Syndra.
Oh, arrow connected! Oh, Fly was looking to try and add a stat there. May not be the one that he wants in the correct column.
Oh, man.
This game, dude, 12,000 gold. Shirley's just gonna pull apart the base by herself. Oh my goodness. Okay, Showmaker grabs himself a Blade of the Ruin King.
Well, I should just get a Guardian Angel at this point and start running around with it. Keep spamming thumbs up.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's got so many different thumbs up options as well, by the looks of things. Really has made the most of it, as the Ocean Drake is going to be taken here by Damwon.
Oh, man. Well,
As this is 1 versus 3.
Yeah. So they chained everything together. As Senna Ultimate comes in, Barrel there as well. Redemption again, by the way. Poor Showmaker.
And for good measure, I don't think Damwon stood in it as well, just to make sure that they were, you know, getting the kill legitimately without having to utilize Zoe Redemptions, which are so busted. Still only 17 stacks, so we're not quite impressed just yet.
Yeah.
To max out that Magi's. Please,
Where's
Showmaker.
Syndra? I mean, this is really the minigame at this point. Is can they kill Syndra? That's the big question. So,
I mean, otherwise they can't complete their collection, you know?
right. It's the final one.
Did anyone take Eyeball Collection or
The
anything
one
like
that got away.
Oh.
See, they're protecting her.
See, yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
This is the stat that they really need to hold on to.
They
It's
need
Fly's
to-
KDA.
You can see, they know about Syndra.
Yeah, well, Canyon's just walking around, having a great time. This game is just super weird. As Showmaker, oh my goodness, he does a lot of damage, but not if he hits the minion wave.
Oh!
A bubble!
Woo!
Oh, collected by the Syndra! That's her first death, and Showmaker puts her in the grave. As that Yumi face is exactly what I didn't know there was Monka S in League of Legends, but that's 100% the representation and the perfect iteration of what you need to be using at this moment in time. We have not seen a thrashing like this since game 1.
This is I don't even know what
Remember, first place versus last place was the previous series. This is 2nd versus 5th.
Yeah, this is a complete massacre. Someone needs to call it the Geneva Convention.
Janine Convention?
Janine, you
It's
like
just
that?
a lot
Janine.
of people
I
called
can't even
Janine.
speak. No, I went to cough and it was not good timing.
Well, I mean, if you're feeling a little bit unwell, I think the prescription is no more of this series. It's also not working out for Afreeca either. There's Wukong. Yeah. Bubble not going to connect. Pesky minion wave in the way. His ulti's back available. All of the main ones here for Damwon. Ocean Soul, by the way, is coming up in 2.5 minutes. I guess we do need to do some housekeeping there. Baron's been alive for 6 seconds now.
I really do want to point out, though, that...
나 쓰면 돼, 이거 쓰면 돼.
Here we
쓰면
go.
돼.
Yep.
I can bubble on Trundle. That's what he ended up saying. And...
야, 신드라 정화 없어. 신드라 정화
Oh
없어.
my
Syndra,
야,
no
정화 없는데
cleanse.
이거
the minions.
어떻게 맞췄나, 이거.
Syndra, no
어떻게 맞춘
cleanse.
거지?
How did I land that?
Lol. That's
각도.
thanks to, I believe, G
Yeah.
for a bit of translation there for us. How did I land that lol, is what he said. As Fly stealing things away that are rightfully
Give it back. Rage face.
Oh, he's running back to him. Oh, that
Yeah.
was so cute. He's like, no, I know who owns me this game. It's
I don't want to
Damwon.
be owned by you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
And then the red buff's now thinking as it's rotating around Mystic, I'll be there soon. Don't worry, I'll be there soon.
Oh, man.
Oh dear. Well, last remaining inhibitor to be taken down is we're going by the book at 21 minutes here into this game. As maybe they were listening to the English broadcast when I was calling them out for not winning in less than 29 minutes. Well, this would be less than 29 minutes.
Yeah.
If they come away with this one. 1 minute until that Ocean Drake, but I don't think that's what's on the mind of Damwon.
At this point, I mean, yeah, there's nothing. There's really nothing to say. I mean, we could just say vanilla ice cream. A fight might start.
Ooh, there we go.
You go ahead. You try.
Yeah, I don't need to, as Beryl's going to take it. And Nagari comes in with his ultimate as well. It doesn't really seem to matter. The rest of Afreeca are all scattering. That's a great snare coming out from the center. As at least Fly grabs the kill for himself, but it's a double kill for Ghost. Mystic, he's still got the red buff. Beryl wants to steal it out of the way. And it is going to be his in the end. Actually, I don't know where it went because he died immediately afterwards. That is going to be the Damwon 2-0.
Yeah.
Was a pretty comfortable affair for those guys. As this gentleman that you can see on your screen right here might be able to pick up yet another player of the game. But we'll also get another early night, which is exactly what Showmaker always looks for.
Yeah.
By the way, you voted twice. I wonder whether we'll get 2 votes. Do you want to put another one up there? We've got a few sheets left. Yeah, it's just...
I think, yeah, I mean, there really wasn't too much that could end up happening this game. This was... I honestly have no idea what's going on. Looks like Nuggery is leaving him hanging.
Yeah, just... Here we go. Sorry,
Showmaker.
I'm doing some interior decorating.
Yeah.
A few of those. Yeah, there's not really much to talk about when it comes to this game. As the guys come over to collect our POG vote. And I think he's found more than he was bargaining for.
All right, perfect. They're all mid.
Just
hope he puts in 5 votes.
gave him a signal. I think he was about to clean up the desk.
Yeah.
No, that's not what we're looking for.
Great.
Yeah.
Well,
that was the most one-sided game we've had all season.
yes, it was.
And it was between teams in the top 5.
Yeah. And Afreeca's still going to be in the top 5 after this.
Yeah.
So, Damwon really cementing something.
Oh.
GG.
G-Sun's not letting me. As we're going to put up the Korean commentators for a second.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I'll remove it. Thank you.
Can't believe it.
I
never let you have any
wanted
fun.
to leave the little POG selections there.
It's all your fault.
Well, we're not allowed to have fun.
Yeah.
It's all about seriousness. As we'll see who's going to be able to pick up player of the game for this one. Do you think it is going to be Showmaker? Do you think that's going to be the unanimous call? I think there was some great plays coming out.
Yeah, I
from
think
Ghost,
it's between
Beryl as well,
Ghost and I think it's really between Ghost, Canyon, and Showmaker. Obviously, I voted for Showmaker because he just got so many things going. Even though Canyon got the kill on Rise, Nuggery and Keen entered a gentleman's agreement to never fight again. So some pacifism going down there.
What, Showmaker? Another one for Beryl.
No,
You don't think
go
so?
there.
No,
Showmaker just did so much in this fight.
Oh, he did. And this just like skipping past being full Zoe. It's pretty impressive.
Yep. And right here, I mean, Beryl, he does get a really good knockup. The bubble is separating them a little bit. They can't walk back up into it. Canyon on the flank, and Thresh lives on.
Whoa.
Son to learn that from him.
Souls claimed as Sad B turns into Angry B very quickly. This Ghost is looking for Spirit. We'll be able to take him down as well, as Canyon's actually rewarded with that kill. This Realm Walk got Afreeca their second kill. Tell a lie, that was the second kill.
Double teleport coming in, slicing Maelstrom, doing so much value. And at the end of this, I mean, Afreeca, they gave away 4 kills, right?
Maybe it's Naguri.
No. Nope.
I feel like you can give it to anyone.
They're handing it to him. It doesn't count.
Well, that is true. But I mean, couldn't that be? Yeah, I don't know.
Thumbs up by Ben.
Yeah. This was just not close in any way.
No.
It was. I haven't seen a stomp like this in the LCK for a really, really long time.
나가. Let's go!
Get it!
That scat of the week was actually pretty impressive out of Fly to deny all of the AoE. But of course,
Nice,
obviously, it was never going to actually amount in a team fight victory.
전멸?
You okay?
전멸 한 개도?
Yeah, Ghost.
전멸 한 개도? 2개? 그말
Ghost has actually died.
잘 가요.
I don't know about that one,
Yep.
to be honest. As Showmaker is going to get the most damage in the game. I mean, at least Mystic did put up some numbers here this time around, but as you can see, it is a 22 minutes and 2 seconds stomp, and we call that a shellacking.
Yeah.
And the wise words of good old Spawn back in the OPL, he made sure that he had a definition for a shellacking, and that is a sub 25-minute win.
Okay.
And I think the game before that looked a bit like one of those as well, but this is purely defined and within the limitations of a shellacking. Just in case you guys were wondering.
Well, I hope at least at the very end of this, Damwon, they go back to their team house, they're watching the bottom. I hope they think critically about their 5 deaths here.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they can come back next time with a little bit of a better performance.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed actually. I feel like if you're gonna go for it, get a perfect game, right? Don't let these deaths go to the wayside.
Ridiculous.
And it might have been that they tilted a little bit when Beryl died on the bottom side of the map to that teleport that was so rudely taken by Keen to maximize his statistics for this game. I actually thought that Keen's rise was okay. It's just unfortunate.
I mean, nothing
the rest
happened.
Of his map was
Everything
falling
was
apart.
on fire everywhere else. So there was no real putting anything out.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the worst kind of fires, you know?
It was a wildfire. And as an Australian, I know a lot about those. And yes, this was devastating. Absolutely. Anyway, we'll see whether Afreeca are going to be able to turn it around. We know that they do have a potential much higher than this, but this is 0-4 against Damwon in the summer split, and at least they don't need to worry about facing Damwon again. You know, like, just put that one behind you and move on. And I think that's going to be very important here for Afreeca because they don't want to think about today again. That was just not great games. And we saw afterwards, it was again smiles. Like Spirit, I don't think you can ever make him sad. I don't know. I think he's allergic to sadness.
But, I mean, these kind of losses when everything's so jolly and stuff, I don't know. I always talk about this where I don't know how to really react to it because where is it derived from?
And is it like, you know, good to have like good levels of morale even after a loss, or should you be taking it a little bit more seriously?
When it's in this fashion. Okay, Showmaker.
2-0-13. I believe he didn't die at all during this series, so those stats coming back up, and he does once again remain underneath 1 death per game so far this season. As I believe this might have been a closer one. Wow, yeah, there are actually so many votes for so many different players this game.
Wow, so support had 5 votes.
Yeah, so there was 5 votes mid, 5 votes for support, but then the decider votes were for mid lane, I think, coming out of Jonah Strong and our analysts.
No. The decided by casting vote.
Oh, decided by casting vote this time. Okay.
Which is very strange because one of the casters voted support, so I don't understand why.
I think maybe it's not casting vote.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay.
Okay, it's just the decider vote. So they give it to Showmaker.
Yeah.
Now, that puts him at 600 points.
So we're not allowed to vote for Showmaker anymore.
We're done.
Throughout the rest of the season.
Right, it's
unless
over.
Chovy can get himself further up there. But we are going to be moving to the interview, so let's have a chat with Showmaker and let's throw it over to Brian.
Congratulations, you reached the 8-win mark. How do you feel?
저희가 이길 때마다 자꾸 2대 0으로 이기려고 하고 있는데
And we try to make as many clean sheet victories as possible. And we were able to achieve our goal today, so I'm glad to do so.
특히 우리 폰, 이 허원석 분석가 애널리스트가 최근에 뭐
So
다른
Pawn
선수들도 잘하지만 손꼽히는 선수 중에서도 쇼메가
selected you as one of the most formidable mid laners and complimented a lot about you. It's one of the
제가 사실
symbols in this
손님이 그 프로 하실 때
title. So,
제가 좀 많이
what do you think about his
졌어가지고
opinion?
되게
No, when he was an
잘하시는
active player,
평소에 생각하고
I lost a lot to him.
그런
And I
분한테 인정받으니까
looked up to him,
되게 기분 좋은 것 같아요.
and I feel great that a person like Pawn admits that I am capable to shine.
뱀픽부터 한번 살펴볼까요?
네, 그래서
Let's
일단 뭐 1, 2세트 다 어찌
look
보면
deeper
압도적인
into the draft.
게임인데 플레이적으로 살펴볼 때도
Both games were really one-sided.
그 부분
A
체크해보죠.
lot of
너구리가 원래
the
고립의
critics
너구리다
mention
뭐
about
이런 표현이 있었는데
Noguri's plays.
심적인 플레이 그리고 뭐 네가 왜
There has
거기서
been,
나와
he used to be very
합력 플레이가 많이 나오고 있는데
isolated,
실제로 다 같이
oriented
의식을 하는
in terms of
건가요?
his plays.
어떠세요?
However, he started to manage to
학원이
be
형이
more of a
최대한
team player. So
저희를 잘
what is your take on that?
케어해주려고 노력을 많이 하는
he
게
tries to
인플레이에서도 좀
take care of
나타나는
us
것 같아요.
as much as possible and try to be on the
그리고
same
이제
page as
어떻게 보면
with us.
특패 사일러스 구도에 대해서 좀 궁금한 게
I'm curious about the
특패가
TF
요즘 블루사이드
Silas
팁으로 많이 나오는데도
landscape.
불구하고 그냥 어떻게 보면 좀 풀어주면서 사일러스로 바로
It seemed like you guys just intentionally let TF go through and then counterpick Silas into it. Is it because of the matchup itself, or is it just due to your sheer confidence?
좀더 그냥 실력 싸움이라고 생각하고 제가
I think it's more of a
자신 있어서
skill-oriented
그냥 했던
matchup.
것 같아요.
I was confident in myself, so I took that matchup.
이렇게 그 팀을 키워주려고 애를 쓴다 말씀하셨는데
you mentioned about Noguri taking care of the other teammates.
지난번에 이렇게 머리 오늘은 어깨 이렇게 막 주물러 주는데
The coach was giving him massage, his head and
이렇게 하면서
shoulders.
어떤 의미로 이렇게 그렇게 자꾸 케어를 적극
What was the meaning behind that?
그런 건 잘 모르겠고
I'm not entirely sure
좀
what was going on there.
그 코치님 마사지를 받으면 되게 기분 좋은 것 같아서
Seems
해달라고
like
하는 것 같아요.
Noguri always gets in a good mood whenever he receives the massage from the coach, so I think that's why he requested for it.
2대0 엄청나게 빠른 속도를 자랑하고 있는데 그 게임
guys are
내적으로 봐도 돈에 벌리는
constantly showing off your
이런 게좀
high
말이 안
octane
되긴
pace.
하거든요. 거의 역대급 팀이에요.
This is like one of the most
혹시 이런 부분이 좀 다른 팀하고
potent teams that we had in a while.
차이가 있는 게 혹시 있을까요?
What are the differences
우리 팀이
between
이런 거에 좀더
you
잘하는
guys
것 같다, 좀더
and
잘
the
굴리는
other counterparts in
저희는
LCK?
일단 욕심쟁이 5명이라 맵에 있는 거는 최대한
We're
다 먹으려고
filled
하고
with 5 greedy guys, so we try to
그리고
acquire as
정글러가
much
되게
stuff as
잘해가지고
possible.
참
And
잘
because
굴리는
our
것 같아요.
jungler is very stellar, so I think we were able to propagate the snowball effectively.
손해를 보고는 못 사는 성격이다. 아마
You guys mentioned that you guys can't live with
격차를 먼저 투자
getting staying in deficient
격차를 벌리는
status.
역시 또 영향을 미치나 보죠.
Does that also affect
좀
to your gameplays as well?
좀 돈에 민감해서
We're very
작년부터
sensitive
도벽을
to
많이 들긴
our
했거든요.
bread,
예, 그러게요.
and that's why we took a lot of kleptomancies when it was available back in the days. However, kleptomancy is no longer available, so we just try to raid as many enemy jungle camps as possible.
아, 그리고 또 너구리가 또 생일이네요.
It's Noguri's birthday today.
너구리 생일인데 어떻게 뭐 선물을 줬습니까? 아니면 이렇게 뭐 축하의 말씀이라도 한번.
Did you guys give a gift
사실
to him
오늘
or
학원이 형
say
생일이어서
anything?
탑 많이 가서
It's his
최대한
birthday,
좀
so
MVP 받게 해주려고 했는데
we try to get him
좀
the paw
상황상 잘안
by
돼가지고
helping him out in his lane.
선물을 못 주게 돼서
However,
아쉬운 것 같아요.
I wasn't able to do so, so
많이 못
that's
가서
quite
너구리가 내려온 건 아니죠.
regrettable.
함께 하려고 하는 거라고.
이게 게임이 이게 약간 탑 쪽으로 잘 안 돼가지고
the games didn't really go wasn't oriented towards the top lane, so that's why.
2라운드. 이제 다음 상대는
You guys are off to a great start in round 2. Now you guys have to face the Yamato Magic Sandbox.
샌드박스전 어떻게 임하실 건지 각오는
Alright, your resolution for the upcoming series against Sandbox?
뭐 아까 말씀하셨던 뭐 킹마토 황룬 뭐
As you mentioned,
좀 연승
the
엄청나게
Yamato
달리고
Cannon
있는데
Magic, and they're on a hot winning streak.
최대한
However, so are we, so
열심히 준비해서
we're just gonna prep as much as possible, and if we do so, then we'll be able to get the victory over at Sandbox.
기대하겠습니다. 오늘 승리 다시 한번 축하드립니다.
Alright, congratulations once again, and happy birthday to Noguri as well. So that'll be it. Back to the casters.
Thank you so much, Brian, as per usual, for the interview translation. Great to hear from Showmaker there once again, who very happily has himself a very quick night and gets to go home plus 14 here for Damwon, after only suffering 2 losses, one against DRX and one against Gen G. For that reason, DRX remain in first place. And Sandbox being their next opponent, this could be definitely the biggest test that Yamato faces in this season. Because, of course, Sandbox have already faced Damwon. And, yeah, it was a 2-0, by the way.
Yeah, so, I mean, the thing here is DregonX can actually now tie Afreeca if they win their next series 2-0.
Yep.
And Sandbox, they are clawing up the ladder as well. KT, they are still struggling. Sully1 Prince and Hanwha Life, well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's Sully1 Prince especially. Sorry, Hanwha Life, those two especially, so they're not having a great time.
And this is a big match tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is huge. KT versus Sandbox, another one that Sandbox might actually be able to put under their belt. Damwon will be waiting after this one for Sandbox, but this might be another opportunity for Yamato Cannon to get his spirits higher as far as his team is concerned. And then T1 versus Gen G, a huge matchup that T1 was able to take in the first round robin, but Gen G since then have looked like the better team. So we'll see whether they are able to turn that one around or whether T1 just seem to have this mental edge over Gen G, and that will continue.
And I mean, that's going to be what the question mostly is. I think that tomorrow's matchup versus KT is going to be really interesting for them. T1 need to show up tomorrow. If they fall to Gen G there, they're going to have a playoff run ahead of them, likely.
And T1 might be able to start a snowball for themselves. But that'll do it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow from Royal LCK.
The world has changed and I am ready to take it on. You told me to be myself and never feel alone. You're all that I want, you're all that I need. If I was ever in the dark,